Marina Tidefire inhaled her first salty breath on 23 May 1999 inside a cedar plank cottage raised on pylons above the tide flats of Ucluelet, British Columbia. Outside, Pacific swell sighed against basalt, while her mother, a nomad soul reggae drummer who keeps press-a-law leaves inside her stick bag, coaxed a deep pocket groove that rattled beach glass in the window sash. Her father, a storm-daddle analyst who sketches cloud dragons on tidal charts, leaned forehead to newborn forehead and promised her that rip currents, trend waves, and neighborhood chatter all make room for anyone who grows full-sized and never folds inward. Curves roam the Tidefire lineage like salmon push upriver each solstice. Nobody blinked when baby Marina burst a second Muslim rap before the kettle whistled. Granny Laurel slid a kite string needle through every torn seam, slipped sailcloth triangles between flannel panels, then laughed that added fabric costs pennies, but shrinking a child can bankrupt tomorrow's courage. Primary classroom smelled of pencil dust, kelp chips, and cedar smoke that seeped through window frames each morning. Marina already loomed a head above her seatmates, shadowing the overhead beam whenever she diagrammed compound predicates. One drizzle gray recess, a pair of boys hop-skipped around her barking cargo barge. Each time her mud boots thudded a chalk square, that Twightline, hunting soda caps polished satin smooth by Surge. She threaded them onto fishing leaders, stitched the tinkling spine down her mint hoodie, and strolled into class at dawn scattering prism shards across ceiling tiles. A volunteer literacy coach grabbed 7 jittery seconds on a prepaid flip phone and posted the shimmer to a fledgling video nook. By lunch, 16,000 strangers applauded the girl who forged teasing into beacon light. Marina copied one line in violet gel beside her spelling words. Clouds huddle only until you flash them bright, enough to scatter. Weekends belonged to Lighthouse Key, where her mother's backbeat road grill smoked from salmonbergs, the clang of crab rings and buskers bending brass fists under awnings. Store-bought jeans quit halfway up Marina's thighs, so she swapped tip jar coins for sun-bleached gillnet, unraveled the line into supple cord, crocheted high-rides, culottes, sprayed Tide pool starfish silhouettes in squid ink, and posed at gold-pink sunset against rust-striped boat pylons while her cousin snapped grainy frames. She loaded each shot into an image log called Tide Lantern the same week a scroll-happy photo app rippled across patchy coastal towers. Captions flip-flopped between New Chalk and North Wisdom and plain English truths like, curves anchor storms steadier than seawalls. Before 16 candles flickered, she tallied 51,000 unseen hearts liking every ember-lit frame, proof that distant screens drown cafeteria snickers louder than any hall monitor hush. Wave Energy Scholarship ferried her south to Cal Poly. Daylight vanished inside Kelp Turbine Labs. Nights belonged to a 24-hour bow truck, glowing neon jade under ancient cypress. The heat lamp turned into her single softbox back. Between pork belly orders, she filmed 90-second reels, twisting parchment into yarrow hairpins while translating dart rotation in a voice half surf hush, half electric crackle. One clip played Harbor Seal barks over a pocket synth shuffle while she chain-stitched reflective anchor line into thrift denim. 2 dawns later, views eclipsed 1 million. Pacific-style pages christened her the bow truck couturier, yet every brand email landed thin at size 16. Marina tucked each pitch into a folder named Shrinking Nets, wiped hoist and drip from her cuff, and flipped another dumpling. Equinox Swarms carried an email from Columbia Sportswear inviting her to co-design a spray shell capsule called Drift Pulse. She returned 3 bedrock terms. Patterns must grade to 60-inch hips, half the crew hired from community college fashion programs, and 10% of net profit pledged to Sea Otter Kelp restoration. Columbia signed before the lab's coffee pot clicked. The chute unrolled at gray-blue dawn on a gravel bar where Murs etched chalk arcs above slick water. Marina guided curvy paddleboarders across glass flats while a drone carved rolled oat spirals overhead. When the lookbook dropped, every extended size shell vanished in 41 hours across 27 nations. Tide Lantern voted beyond 700,000 followers. Still smelling of star anise, she ducked behind flour sacks, balanced her phone on a soy bucket, and livestreamed tear-bright thanks beneath buzzing fluorescent. A quick pause number 1. If this voyage has already kicked a current through your chest, slap that subscribe button right now. One feather-like tap keeps you bow-side, so the next story washes into your feed before algorithm tides spin it away. Spotlight Shimmerlore's rumor goals. A clickbait vlog claimed Marina laced carbon plates round her waist beneath those shells. Pre-sunrise, she paddled a cedar board past kelp ribbons, stood grounded in sports bra and wool shorts, traced each stretch stripe with crushed bougainvillea, and blew a sax sample riff through her mom's loop pedal that bounced off basalt walls. 10 million viewers reposted the jam, tagged bougainvillea proof, dusting magenta pollen across their own curves until gossip drifted seaward. Bow receipts, braided with capsule royalties and simmered into Tidefire glow. A whipped custard folding, spruce tip butter, huckleberry oil, and mica sparks that flash pearl under phone light. 19,000 tins cooled on her father's planer bench, lids knotted with braided crab pot line. Each tag stamp, moisturize your horizon. Inventory drained in 82 minutes, lifting $197,000. 20% birthed beacon grants, sending industrial surgers and field record kits to plus-size teens in shoreline schools from Sitka to Santa Cruz. 8 months later, 36 grantees staged a floating fashion and whale song gala aboard a retro tug swaddled in LED eelgrass. Live streamed to sunrise anchors from Maputo to Manchester. San Francisco Fashion Week forged new peer folklore when an overamped blower slashed her emerald mesh gown from rib to knee with 90 seconds to call. Marina ripped neon tie rope off a pulley hook, laced the gash like hiking eyes, and strode the runway as if the splash had lived in every sketch. Camera shutters cracked like kettle corn. Vogue Cascadia hailed the rope cadence rescue, and another Million Lantern Traveler service before after party vinyl dropped its first bass note. Storm gusts circled again when a jilted aide leaked trimmed mails claiming she demanded geoduck sliders and chauffeured seaplanes for her rescue puffin, Orbit. She published the full chain, refillable water jars, lentil stew for crew, caption screens for deaf stylists. That month's affiliate inflow, $137,000, funded biodegradable crab trap pilots along the Emerald Slough. Fans echoed her dockyard credo, receipts shine brighter than rumor grit, and whispers melted like salt on driftwood. High Summer Metrics showed 6.8 million Instagram hearts, 3.3 million real viewers, and 2 million steadfast channel subscribers. Engagement brushing 10% and bending brand slide decks back to blank pages. Cartier requested her for a topaz serge short inside Yakina Head's Century lens. She said yes, after Cartier underwrote therapy stipends for kelp harvest divers battered by rogue seas. The finish reel, her wrist scattering amber shards across iron ribs, became Cartier's most saved clip that quarter. Family stays her compass. Twice a month she streams Porch Jam. Mom lays organ chords besides a propane skillet. Dad recites cloud haiku, and Marina flips thrift denim under fairy bulbs. One session spiked 9 million views when Orbit skittered through powdered sugar and sneezed a sparkly storm onto the lens. A Seabird Refuge now funds each stream, tagging rehabilitated puffins with solar trackers paid for by Tidefire Glow. Glow revenue glided past $12 million by year 2. She leased the dormant wharf cannery, carved skylights through corrugated roof sheets, and hired furloughed deckhands plus design grads to whip custard and knotlets by hand during midday stretch dance sets to Guitar House remixes. Efficiency pros begged for heat shrink. She repeated her mother's mantra, soulful fingertips keep stories long after robots forget, and rope ties remain. Money House, honesty flows inside her feed. Granite Helen portraits sit beside bow truck selfies, caption same sky, different weather. She shares breath loops recorded in nautical caves, downloadable resilience pages in English and Nucha Nuth, and sliding scale therapy codes. 177,000 followers call her shoreline candor their first calm harbor. Community rides shimmer under crushed show paint. Hundreds roll the fogged promenade at dusk wearing Tidefire glow on collarbones and LED drift glass tassels on spokes. Ticket money fattens beacon grants and installs wheelchair snorkel lifts by tide pools. Chowder shacks simmer late, clam bowls jump 15% on ride nights. Marina pedals lead on a vintage cruiser with Orbit plush bungeed up front, pausing to lace any rider's slack shoe. G is sculpting a memoir titled Currents Keep Names, due in 11 languages next spring, while a dock crew shadows her plan to convert retired NOAA buoys into floating maker pods for high schools strung along the Pacific Rim. Puma drops wide-to-wave wave lantern sneakers next quarter, threaded with reflective rope and cushioned by algae foam, channeling 10% of revenue into beacon seedlings hugging the West Coast arc. Second, drift reminder glides by. If your subscribe badge still blushes red, tap it now and let it turn stone gray so the next tide barrels straight into your notifications before algorithm winds veer. After this playback settles, slide into the description. Waiting there, fresh jars of Tidefire glow, express lane beacon grant links, tonight's porch jam playlist, and a discreet compass, a research-built bundle of conversation sparks and calm confidence drills that plot the clearest course towards genuine love and the most reliable way for you to invite that spark in every woman you meet. Free, zero gatekeeping. If the Sada cap spine rope cadence gown save or Orbit's sugar sneeze carved a grin, hammer the like heart, note your brightest ripple in the comments, and share this voyage with a friend whose sails hang flat. Every curve redirects currents, every scar refracts moonlight, and the Pacific kneels to anyone who plants both boots on the pier and greets tomorrow unblinking. Final Hushef Surf Rounds the Jetty. Subscribe right now, claim your rail, and meet me on the next rising tide when a fresh story flickers beyond the breakers and courage whispers your name again.